Hi, it's Anthony from CarPlayLife.com, and in this video I'll be looking at the PICASOU 2 Pro Android AI box from Ottocast. This is an Android 10 AI box for factory Apple CarPlay and aftermarket systems. It features 4GB of RAM and 64GB of ROM, a fast Qualcomm 665 CPU, and an Adreno 610 GPU. There's a USB-A port for media playback, and there are both HDMI out and input ports for displaying content onto an external display, as well as accepting content from an HDMI device, such as an HDMI streaming stick or a games console. In the box you get a how to install card and a paper instruction manual. There's the PICASOU 2 Pro AI box itself, a USB-A to USB-C power cable, and a USB-C to C cable for more modern ports in the car. And there's also a bypass power cable should your CarPlay port not support sufficient power to the adapter. Looking over the AI box, its casing is more similar to other AI boxes than its non-pro brother. There's Ottocast branding on the top, and on the sides there's a USB-C input port to power the adapter, and alongside it are two mini HDMI ports. One is out and one is in. And over on the other side there is a USB-A port for media playback, and there's a 4G SIM card slot to give the adapter its own internet access. In my test I connected the PICASOU 2 Pro to my Pioneer 93 DAB receiver. That's in my demo pod. Boot up time took around 28.2 seconds before resting on its sleek looking menu interface, which is currently the fastest to boot AI box that I've actually tested. Its home screen interface is the same as its rounder brother, consisting of a side dock and a series of widget panels. The side dock shows the time, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth status, the last two used apps and shortcuts to launch a Google Voice Assistant, and below this are back and home navigation buttons. The largest panel on the home screen is a shortcut to launch a chosen Maps app, or you can choose to run a navigation version of a chosen Maps app in this panel instead. Below this is a media player widget panel that can control any local or Bluetooth media file playback. And over on the right side of these panels there are three additional panels. The first is a local weather, date and time widget, and below this is a contacts widget to access up to 3 of your favorite contacts from your phone. And below this panel there is an app shortcut panel to access 3 of your favorite or most used apps. These can be configured to launch any app that's installed on the AI box. Swiping the home screen will reveal all the pre-installed apps on the adapter. Here you'll find the usual suite of Google apps, Netflix, YouTube, Waze and Spotify, amongst other system and media apps. One in particular is an LED settings app that you can use to customize the adapter's LED light to any color that you choose, and any additional apps can be downloaded via the Google Play Store. And there's an APK installer as well as a file explorer to enable you to install any unofficial or unsupported apps on the adapter. Overall, I found its menu system to be fairly intuitive and responsive, and it does a good job at keeping downloaded apps consistent with the stock UI elements. The adapter does require an internet connection to make full use of its home screen widgets though. So once I got this adapter online using a Wi-Fi network, I downloaded the device info app to find out that the adapter was running the Qualcomm 665 chipset at 2 GHz and its GPU runs at 320 MHz. In short, this adapter shares the same specs as most of the other high-end AI box adapters, and to test this I checked out the Geekbench app to see if this was right, and it did perform just the same. After running its single core, multi-core and GPU benchmark tests, its results was very similar to the PICASOU 2 with very little between them. The PICASOU 2 also supports HDMI output to a second display, whether it be an HDMI monitor in the car, a TV, a computer monitor display, or a projector. I tested this out on a portable HDMI monitor, my Samsung ultra-wide monitor, and my Samsung 64-inch TV, with audio successfully passing through on the connected display. So this adapter may be good for taking to hotels or to an office to run Android apps onto your TV or monitor. Its output doesn't adjust to the ratio of the display that it's connected to though, so content can look a little bit stretched or distorted on ultra-wide screen monitors. Unfortunately, like its non-pro model, this AI box doesn't have dual Bluetooth either, so it wouldn't connect to my Bluetooth Xbox controller. It will, however, pair with a wireless Bluetooth remote, so overall this may limit its use for gaming, apart from touchscreen, one button or D-pad games that can be done using the remote control. Using the remote can also control the AI box from a distance for things like browsing and watching Netflix or YouTube without a touchscreen monitor. Thanks to its fast processor, the PICASOU 2 Pro is capable of playing some decent Android games on your CarPlay display. My test apps, Crossy Road, Subway Surfer, and Asphalt 9 Legends, had no problem running okay on the AI box. You have just under 50 gig of storage for game and app downloads, so you can use this space to store local movies or music files, and if you ever run out of space, you can still continue to expand on this by inserting a USB drive into the adapter's USB-A port. If you prefer to stream your video content, you do need to get this adapter online, and you can choose to connect to a local Wi-Fi hotspot, a mobile data hotspot from your phone, or you can simply insert a SIM card with a mobile data plan onto the adapter instead. Using a SIM card supplies the adapter with an internet connection for Android apps, whilst leaving your Wi-Fi free to be used to operate wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. And it's also worth pointing out that unlike some other AI boxes, this adapter doesn't allow calling from an inserted SIM in the AI box. Once online, you can download any apps you desire from the Google Play Store and run video streaming apps like Netflix and YouTube. Audio playback in either of these apps were in sync, and navigation in each app's menus is smooth when compared to lower spec AI boxes. Wireless CarPlay and Android Auto uses the basic multiplay Android app. This app has some limited settings. However, just like the Picasso 2, the Picasso 2 Pro has some great Wi-Fi specs. So I expect the same great wireless performance here too. As a result, wireless CarPlay took 16.8 seconds and Android Auto at 16.2 seconds to pair and connect to the AI box, which is almost twice as fast as the Picasso 2. From here, both car platforms behave responsively to touch input with the usual common Wi-Fi traits of a slight 1 to 2 second delay in music and navigation audio, whilst Android Auto continues to use this older full screen mode on this AI box. The Picasso 2 Pro CarPlay AI box from Ottocast currently retails for $266 or £219.75 directly from their store using a coupon. And you can check out my links down below to learn more about this AI box and to buy yourself one. It may not be the most unique looking AI box when it comes to the non-Pro model, but it does have a slight boot speed advantage over it, and it's time to launch the 4 test apps. Spotify, Google Maps, YouTube and Netflix weren't that much different to the non-Pro model, with good speeds to launch into each of them. If wireless CarPlay and Android Auto is an important feature for you, its boot time into each platform was 14 and 8 seconds faster overall than the non-Pro in my test. So there is a small advantage there. Both offer HDMI output with similar output results, but this Pro has the ability to input an HDMI signal to go into the adapter. However, in my tests, this didn't really go that well. I tried a 4K Apple TV, a MacBook, and a PC desktop machine, and after spending a good hour, I just really couldn't get my Apple TV to work with it. At times it would show the Apple TV for a few seconds before bottoming out and going to a black screen. And at that point I needed to restart the adapter. Using the MacBook and a PC was a little bit more straightforward, using the HDMI connections and dropping the resolution down to 720p or 1080p auto before the Picasso 2 Pro would display the feed. But it's unlikely you're going to connect to these type of devices in a car setup. And unfortunately I didn't really have the ability to test connections to either another streaming device or a games console. So my take back from this is it's not really as easy as simply connecting any HDMI device to it, and sometimes it might just not work at all. So I'd really hesitate if you have a specific reason to use this adapter for its HDMI input. Other than its lack of Bluetooth controller support, a few choice decisions in its main menu interface, and its questionable HDMI input performance, my overall impression of this Picasso 2 Pro has been very good. If you're looking for a top-of-the-range AI box for your CarPlay display, then this Picasso 2 Pro joins its rounder brother as one of the better AI boxes to beat. With its solid performing chipset and a more modern menu interface, this CarPlay AI box ticks many boxes and almost justifies its Pro branding. If you'd like to watch my top 5 AI box adapters video of mine, you can check out this video here and I'll see you there. Give us a thumbs up if you found this video helpful, and comments are always welcome if you have any questions about this Picasso 2 Pro from Ottocast. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.